Hello folks and welcome to this video, and as we get to the end of 2021, another change that's happened in the world of motorsport has been that Todt is no longer president of the FIA. He was succeeded by Mohammed bin Sulayem, who, if you played Dirt 2, you might recognise that name. He was one of the kind of people that you would be racing against in that game. For those who don't recognise that name from there, he was dominant in the Middle East Rally Championship for, I think, over a decade. His run at the top of it preceding Nasser Al Attiyah's domination of the series that goes on to the present day. But one of the things that I want to talk about is Todt's tenure, and what was successful and kind of what wasn't. Because one of the things that you have to remember with Todt was that he was supported by Max Mosley, who was, before Todt, the head of the FIA. And Todt ran for 3 terms, unopposed in his second and third, and his first term he was up against Ari Vatanen. Now, Stoker was Todt's preferred candidate, so Sulayem winning is kind of an upset to that. So he goes against status quo, and he brings in Robert Reid, the co-driver to late Richard Burns, as a deputy president for sport, which is mega. And you might be thinking out the bat, that means that there's going to be more going on for rallying that's good, but we can't say that just now because we don't actually know. Because you have to remember, Todt was boss of Peugeot at the height of Group B in rallying. And he also managed Peugeot in sports cars, in the Dakar, and of course, he's probably most well remembered in motorsport for his association with Ferrari during their run from when he was in charge from, 96 to 2008. And also, on top of that, Todt was successful in rallying as a competitor, as a co-driver. But let's talk about the series that have come up since Todt started being in office. Formula E became a series. It became a World Championship in 2020, and that has got to be one of the biggest successes that Todt has. You have World Rallycross, which next season is going electric. You have the return of a named kind of whack in the World Endurance Championship. Of course, we did have GT1, which also came in just early into the top presidency, but was recognised as World Championship. But this is almost a return to the old World Sports Car days of the 90s and before that. So there are all of these changes that have happened, and you've also got the Cross Country World Championship coming in next season. So we're having many more World Championship series. However, the WTCC closed down. It's now the World Touring Car Cup, and is a TCR formula. It's almost akin to what happened when GT1 became GT3s, became SROs, preferred format, that exists outside of the FIA's World Championship kind of format. And in addition to this, there have been some changes that Todt has been quite slow with, or the FIA has been slow with under Todt's tenure. F1 is still going through trying to figure out how best to manage hybrid with some sustainable fuels. WRC is moving over to all sustainable fuels when it moves over to hybrid next season. Again, something that you could consider was a bit too late, especially considering the fact that it's been, 15 years since we had the Citroen C4 hybrid World Rally car? And you've got Hayden Paddle with the electric Hyundai Kona. In fact, the big push for electrification has happened through the likes of Alejandro Agag and the success of Formula E, and now the building up of Extreme E. World Rallycross's electric conversion was delayed by, 2 years, and it ended up killing a lot of the manufacturer involvement. We're lucky we still have World RX. But I want to round it off by saying one other thing that Todt has done, and it's something that I kind of disagree with, but at the same time I see the reason why, which is the laddering system that we now see in rallying, with the top class being Rally 1 and the bottom class being Rally 5. Now, the previous structure, which had RC1 for rallies in terms of the World Rally cars, and then R5, R4, R3, R2, R1, was really ending up being unsuccessful. R4 died a death. R3 was barely used when R2 became the preferred junior formula, especially considering they were both two-wheel drive. Rally GT just existed inside remakes. I think it still does under the new formula. But what I like about this new formula is from Rally 3 up, it's four-wheel drive. And we're not going to have any of those kind of weird things where it's like, oh, R2T, because it's an R2 with a turbo. which, yeah, that was convoluted to say the very least. And that was on the FIA. Now, do I think it was successful? I don't think it was unsuccessful what Todt did. I think the way that this has all been run has been good. But Mohammed bin Sulayem runs off of a manifesto that he's going to be bringing in radical changes, and the FIA needs to do that to reflect the wider world. Good things are, we're going to see an electric Challenger from Audi, albeit with a diesel-powered kind of generator. We're going to have that in the Dakar this year. We're going to have Shishiri bringing in an... is it hydrogen-fueled? One in 2020... I think 2024, from what I remember. But GTK is bringing back the Lancia Delta with World Rallycross with the all-electric era. We've got to see more of these changes happening. Not necessarily electrified series, though. ETCR is really taking off as like a kind of electrified TCR. That looks really cool. But we need to see those changes happening more. And they need to be a lot more radical as well. Not just to reflect the motor industry, but so that motorsport remains relevant and we look at what we can do in the future. Sustainable fuels is another brilliant thing that we can do. It's brilliant to see organisations like WRC doing that, but the impetus should be on all organisations doing that now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, though, because of course these are my opinions and you're more than welcome to disagree with them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.